everyone, Maya here from My Storybook, and happy Friday before Father's Day. For this special weekend, My Storybook's featured storybook is all about a papa who would do anything for his little girl. He loves her so much that he even promises her the moon. And when this papa makes a promise, he absolutely makes sure to keep it. If the moon is what she wants, the moon is what she'll get. He's not afraid to climb the skies, because this papa will stop at nothing to make his daughter's dreams come true. This is a story that combines moon science and the sweet love that a father has for his child. So, let's begin this perfect Father's Day read-aloud. So the title of this week's featured storybook is, Papa, Please Get Me the Moon. My friends, if your papa or your father or any adult in your life could get you anything in the world, what would you ask for? Ooh. Well, this girl really wants the moon, and how do you think Papa gets the moon? By climbing a ladder? That must be one really, really, really tall ladder, huh? Do you think you could climb a ladder all the way to the moon? Maybe not in real life, but let's see what happens in this story. What do you think is going to happen with this ladder? That's a pretty big moon, though. You think Papa can carry that all the way down to his little girl? Maybe Papa's super strong? But let's see. So this book is written and illustrated by the author Eric Carle. And Eric Carle has beautiful illustrations, and his books are really fun because they have a lot of cool pages that flip out and open up. You'll see. And if you notice his painting style, there's a lot of brush strokes and different colors combined. It's really cool. Alright, are you ready to begin? Let's begin. Look at this inside page. There's all these stars. Rainbow stars, huh? Here's our title page. It has the title and the author. And look over here on this page, my friends. It looks like I see different pictures of the moon, but what's going on? All these pictures of the moon are different. Is it the same moon? Let's find out. Before Monica went to bed, she looked out of her window and saw the moon. Do you see Monica in this picture? Yeah, there she is. That must be the little girl. The moon looks so near. It looks so close by. Doesn't it, my friends? Sometimes do you look outside or look up in the sky and the moon seems really close and really big? That's interesting, huh? Because sometimes it looks really far away, too. I wish I could play with the moon, thought Monica, and she reached for it. Can you reach out like you're trying to reach for the moon? Do you think you could reach the moon just by reaching out your hand? Maybe not. But no matter how much she stretched, she could not touch the moon. Papa, said Monica to her father, please get the moon for me. Ooh, so you see Papa and her? And look, as she's stretching up for the moon. Stretch one more time all the way up for the moon. But it's too high, huh? Do you think maybe Papa's tall enough to get it? Maybe not tall enough, but maybe he has a different idea. Let's see. What do you think he's going to do? Are you thinking about the ladder in the front of the book? My friends, this is one of the really cool pages I was telling you about that Eric Carle has in his book. See these two arrows? They tell me to open up the pages. Watch this. Oh, and don't forget this side. Oh my gosh, my friends, look at this page. Look how long this ladder is. It is so long, isn't it? Now let's see what the words say. The words say, Papa got a very long ladder. That is definitely a very long ladder, huh? It took up 1, 2, 3, 4 pages just for this super long ladder. And it looks like it still goes on, my friends, because I don't see the end on either side, huh? There's no end on this side. There's no end on this side. Holy moly. That's a long ladder, isn't it? Do you think it's tall enough to reach the moon? Let's find out. There's the end of the ladder. He carried the very long ladder towards a very high mountain. Look how tall that mountain is. What do you think he's going to do with his very long ladder and this very tall mountain? Ooh, good guess. Another cool page. What do you think? This one says to lift the page up this time. Are you ready? What do you think we're going to see if we lift it up? Is this what you thought was going to happen? What Papa was going to do with the ladder? Yeah. Then Papa put the very long ladder on top of the very high mountain. And look at that. It goes so high, doesn't it? I wonder how it's balancing, huh? Do you think he's going to reach the moon? Just maybe, huh? He's so super high in the air. What a nice Papa doing so much for his daughter. Would you do that, my friends? Would you climb a ladder that tall on a mountain that high? Did he make it to the moon? It looks like it, doesn't it? Wow. Up and up and up he climbed, closer and closer to the moon. My friends, would you see Papa? And do you see the moon? How big is that moon? So big, huh? And Papa's so very tiny. How do you think Papa's gonna get that moon down? Well, let's see just how big the moon is. I see another special page coming up. These are fun, huh? Let's see how big the moon is. Look at, my friends, this page. It opens up. Watch this. Look how big this moon is. This is such a cool book, isn't it? Humongous moon. And do you see little tiny baby Papa? Let's see what the words say. Finally, Papa got to the moon. My daughter Monica would like to play with you, he said. But you are much too big. Yeah, Papa's like, I don't think I can take you. Every night, said the moon. The moon is talking to Papa. Every night I get a little smaller, said the moon. When I am just the right size, you can take me with you. What do you think about that, my friends? That every night the moon gets a little bit smaller. Have you ever noticed that the moon kind of changes size in the sky? Sometimes it's a full moon, and sometimes it's kind of small. So what's Moon's idea of how Papa can take the moon down to his little girl? Wait until it gets smaller every night. And my friends, if you look at the moon, do you see a face in the moon? Kind of, huh? I see kind of two eyes, like a nose, a mouth right there. Let's see what happens next. What's happening to the moon? It is getting smaller, isn't it? And indeed, the moon got smaller and smaller. Try it with me. Start with the big moon like this, like make a big moon shape, then smaller and smaller and smaller. Wonder if Monica's going to be able to play with it. And when the moon was just the right size, another special page. In which way is this arrow pointing? Is it pointing up or is it pointing down? Pointing down, huh? And what clue does that give you about what Papa's doing on this page? Is he climbing up to the moon? Is he coming back down with the moon to his little girl? Let's see. There's Papa! Look at the very long ladder on top of the very tall mountain. And what does he have in his hand? A little bitty baby moon. Down and down and down he climbed, said the words. It's just the perfect size for the little girl for Papa to carry. Remember how big the moon used to be? Now it's so small. The moon changes. It looks like Papa helped Monica's dream come true. He got the moon just for his little girl, just like he promised, huh? Here, said Papa to Monica, I have the moon for you. Monica jumped and danced with the moon. My friends, can you pretend to do a moon dance? What would you dance if you had the moon with you? Ooh. She hugged the moon and she threw it in the air. Throw your moon in the air. Give it a big hug. But what do you notice about the moon, my friends? Here it starts out small, but what's happening as she starts to play more and more with it? Starting to get smaller and smaller, isn't it? But the moon kept getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and finally it disappeared altogether. Then, one night, Monica saw a thin sliver of the moon reappear. A very small piece of the moon reappear in the sky. Do you see it? Yeah, huh? It seems like the moon gets bigger, and then smaller, then it disappears, and then it comes back. What do you think is going to happen next? Think it's going to get bigger again? Let's see. Did it change? It's getting bigger, isn't it? Each night the moon grew, it got bigger, and grew some more. And what do you think it's going to look like when it's all the way full grown? There it is. The end, my friends. This is the last page. So let's see. The moon started off big, and then it got small. It disappeared. And then it reappeared, right? It came back small, but then it got bigger and bigger. And then until it's all full again. What do you think is going to happen next? Now that it's full, what's going to happen? Is it going to get even bigger? Or is it going to get smaller again? I think it might get smaller, huh? Are you noticing a pattern? Yeah. Starts off big, gets smaller, then gets bigger, then smaller, then bigger. My friends, I wonder that if you look at the moon every night, I wonder if you'll see the moon get bigger and smaller and disappear, then get smaller to bigger. Do you think you'll see that? You should try to look at the moon every night and see what you notice. The end, my friends. Alright, my friends, well, I hope you enjoyed this storybook. And as you noticed, it's not only a sweet story about the papa who loves his little daughter so much that he'd do absolutely anything for her, like get her the moon, but it also teaches us kind of about the moon in moon science and what's called the moon cycle, how the moon grows and changes every night. So if you'd like to learn more about the moon cycle, maybe ask an adult. There's tons of more books out there, and you can also look online. There's some pretty cool projects and stuff that you could do with the moon cycle. What was your favorite part about this story? Yeah. My favorite part was all the different kinds of pages and flaps, and the really big full moon was really cool to see. Have you ever noticed something like this going on with the moon before, that it changes? Yeah. Well, like I said, go ahead and go outside every night and take a look at the moon and see what you notice. It's pretty interesting. You can even keep a moon journal where you draw a picture of it every day. Then you can really see how it changes, huh? Well, let's move on to this week's craft. It's a really cute one that might just have you reaching for the moon yourself. Alright, my friends, so for this week's craft, we have our very own ladder to the moon craft. Isn't it so cute? And you know, it's a cool idea that I've also seen people do, is they actually take a picture of themselves reaching up for the moon. So if you're a parent or adult wants to take a picture of you pretending like you're reaching, then you can print it out and cut it out, and then you can actually stick a real picture of yourself here reaching for the moon. Isn't this cool? And if you notice, I used a blue piece of paper, super simple craft as always, and some different kinds of blue paint, and I painted this guy. And you might see this guy kind of looks like how Carle, the author and illustrator, paints his sky. Do you remember from the book? In the book, you see how there's all these different stripes? You can see all the stripes of different color blue in paint. Well, it's just like this art piece. Use different colors of blue and make little stripes across the sky, and you can have different colors in your sky like Carle's art style. Then you just cut out a piece of white paper with the moon. These are some popsicle craft sticks that you use for your ladder. And then you can either make a little person out of paper, or I totally recommend you getting a picture of yourself so you can stick it right on there. And it's like you're climbing the ladder to the moon. Okay, so for all the instructions and materials for this craft, check out my blog, MaiStoryBook, by clicking on the link below. There you can also find additional reading resources like the main idea, some vocabulary to incorporate throughout the reading, as well as some pictures to guide you along with the craft in case you're a visual learner. And as always, if you do make your own craft or go on your own reading adventures or want to tell me about what you discovered about the moon, please reach out to MaiStoryBook. You can contact me on Facebook, Instagram, on the blog, or here on YouTube by commenting and clicking on all the social media links down below. I always respond and love to hear from my friends, and I even have a special tab on the blog called My Friends, where I post pictures or anything that you send me, and so everyone can enjoy all the creative art that you make and hear about your own adventures. And don't forget, if you do enjoy these interactive read-alouds where we have a conversation about the story and have a fun craft at the end, please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe to my Storybook YouTube channel to keep up with all of these reading read-alouds. New interactive shared reading read-alouds come out every Friday, so I hope you stay tuned with me. These are a great storytime activity for these long summer weeks, and it's a great way to get the kids continue their reading, continue to be interested in books, and to continue to have some fun, cool art projects to do too. It's definitely important to keep up that love of reading all through summer. There's so much time in summer to be spent reading. It's a great opportunity. Alright, my friends, so I hope you have a wonderful Father's Day weekend, or just a great weekend if you're not doing Father's Day this weekend. And I will see you next Friday for our new interactive read aloud. I hope to see you then. But until then, happy reading!